Sigaw na ulit, sir. Thank you, sir.
I-announce na lang, sir. Hindi, pag malapit na si Presidente, sa kanya introduce, sir.
Sir, tinatawag. Sasabayan niya si Presidente. Punta siya dito. Magsasabi ako. Confuse sila sa akin. Ladies and gentlemen, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Pupunta siya dito. Tapos mag-i-introduce. Yung announcement na isa sa akin, nandiyan na siya. Tapos mag-introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, President Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Ikaw ang Pangulo para sa pagbabago sa wanahan.
Marines and sailors, ladies and gentlemen, President.
Salamat po. Sorry, I'm late. Major General Honore Costales Jr., the Commandant, Lieutenant General Salvador Mison Jr., Rear Admiral Gaudencio Culiado, Brigadier General Maximo Ballesteros, the officials, the men and women of the Philippine Marine Corps, my beloved countrymen. Na-weather po kami, so I had to go to Basa. Then we could not make it. Punta kami ng Clark, doon lang kami nagsakay ng fixed wing. And the weather is bad over there. You know, I went to a riot because I wanted to build the morale of the men there who chance upon a huge factory of shabu. Talagang malaki. And if you want to maybe a visual thing of the size, parang hangar. And the equipments were already there, but were a bit rusty also. Sabi ni Governor Pineda na it was built during the election time. Tapos, when natapos ang election, siguro na yung marami ng patayan, medyo inabandon nila. And hindi pa nagamit yun. But I'm just wondering how in the earth na may mga shabu dealers or manufacturers or the syndicates could have imagined to build a factory that was estimated to one run would produce 200 kilos. And they can make a run for twice a day. And that would have been something like 400 kilos to kill the brains of our countrymen. Alam mo, hindi ako nagbibiro. I do not expect that maybe, the ponderables of life, I could be there for 6 years. I could be there for only days, months, or I could be your president for, alam mo, ang buhay, hindi mo talaga, I said the imponderables of life. Matanda na rin ako, but this is just a warning to everybody and to you. At may hingiin ako sa inyo. I'm not asking for any loyalty. I am not asking for any adulation. Pareho rin ako sa inyo. I started from the bottom. I rose from the ranks before I became mayor. And my being president is something which is really a mystery to me until now. Kasi kayong mga spectators, while it was evolving before you during the election, you can, maybe there are some of you, pati kasali na ako, how in the world did I make it? But maybe destiny has something to do with it. Ngayon, pinili lang siguro ako ng Panginoong Diyos kasi talagang hardliner ako. I was a fiscal. I started at the bottom. The 7th, then the 6th, ganon, until I was about the 2nd assistant fiscal when I was taken in as the OIC vice mayor. But unfortunately, I quarreled with the mayor and OIC also. And in 1988, I won. Sa awa ng Diyos, I served mayor for Davao City for 22 years. And a congressman and a vice mayor to my daughter, yung si Inday, yung nabugbog ng sirip. Kabado ako dito because of the enormity and widespread and magnitude of the contamination of the country. Ako mismo sabihin ko sa inyo, hindi ko, paano to? How can I solve this problem? There are now estimated, General Santiago before sa PDEA told us that there are about 3 million drug addicts and 92% of all barangays are already under the influence of. So paano ito? When I run on a platform of drugs, crime, and corruption. Corruption, I can really say to you now that this government will be clean and it will be clean. Itong crime, kung sana itong murder for hire, kidnapping, just like in Davao, Madalian, kasi nag-warning kasi ako talaga. Ako in front of the public, wala na akong taguin, matanda na rin ako. And after the presidency, sino pa naman gusto pagkulong sa akin? But in Davao, for all of these years, kayo na-assign doon, taga Davao kayo, alam ninyo yan. Nabi ko, pag hindi kayo umalis ng Davao, papatayin ko kayo. And yung akin, that is a personal outrage because I serve the people. Pantakot lang rin yan. Or, would you rather that patayin ko na lang, wala na akong warning? Yun ang nakasanayan, ang maraming ang patay. Sa totoo lang ganito yan. maraming patay sa Davao kasi ang pulis doon nagtatrabaho talaga. Kasi ako, pag sinabi ko sa pulis, follow my order. Just follow my order and do not worry about anything. Maybe you just also be worried kung ikaw ang matamaan. But there was a time, and you can check this out, there were 27 of the police officers, sila Morente, lahat dyan, they were recommended for dismissal for following my order. Kaya nung dumating ang kaso sa ombudsman, tapos yung dismissal, pumalag ako. Hindi ako papayag ng ganito. Magkagulo tayo dito. I will not allow any policeman or soldier going to prison for doing his duty. Kaya ba noon maganda, it was touted to be the safest, seventh safest city in Asia. Well, of course, if you forget about the bombing and the terrorism, alam ko na when the Zamboanga campaign began in earnest, I knew that there's gonna be an explosion somewhere. So, nangyari nga, kaya binaliwala ko na lang. Masanay kami, simbahan, airport, pagtalan. So, baliwala sa amin yan. All we have to do is follow the rule of President Ramos, return to normalcy as fast as you can. Kinaumagahan, malinis na, wala na. That's the way to do it. So I've learned the lessons from President Ramos also. A lot of it actually. Ito ngayon doon nga balikan ko. Pag nawala ako, and if this will outlast me, sabihin ko sa inyo, I am not encouraging you to take the law into your own hands or whatever. But sabi ko, malaki ito at maproblema. As a matter of fact, of all the candidates, hindi ako magyayabang dito. Kung yan ang trabaho na yun, I was the most prepared to deal with the problem. Sa aming apat noon, at mabuti talaga ako ang nanalo. Alam niyo bakit? Hindi ko talaga akalain na mag-abot ng hundreds of thousands ang mga Pilipino. Kaya ako galit. Hindi ko sukat akalain na mag-abot ng 700? But day to day, we are receiving surrenderies until now. At the end of the year, it's gonna be another 1 million. Edi pareho kami ni Widodo. I attended the summit, the ASEAN in Laos. 7 years for million addicts. But you know, Indonesia, ratio and proportion, Indonesia something like 200 million people. Tayo, ang liit lang. I mean, Indonesia is a large territory. Even going to Jakarta, it's almost equidistant. Manila to Japan. Ganun kalayo, ganun kalawak. 4 million ka na. Tayo, well, it's really island for island. Wala naman tayong contiguous except the islands of Luzon and anak lang. Hindi ito kaya, maniwala kayo. Looking at the horizon, kung military ang may magtakbo dyan na hindi kaya ito ng yung mga sa horizon, mga politiko. So, I would like to ask from you this. Kung nandyan yung problema, it's 4 million at kung ganong klaseng factory ang pinaglalaroan tayo dito, you have to do something about it. Individually or collectively. I'm trying to Hindi ito kaya ng... the sad thing there is, itong issue ng human rights was an issue that was being played when I was mayor. And I must admit, na talagang sabi ko, no, if you destroy my country, I will kill you. If you destroy the youth, yung mga anak namin, papatayin talaga kita. Tama yan, sinabi ko yan. At yan ang paborito ng human rights. Yung ng presidente na ako na marami na ang natumba. But you know, I always lay the predicate. Yung sa mga police, alam nila yan, and even without really studying criminal law, you can only kill a person if your life is in danger. What would be idiotic na kung nakataas na yung kamay, patayin mo pa? I mean, that is not the work of a soldier or a military man. I've been questioning everybody against yung sisirayan mo, brrrr. Isang bala yan, tapos na. Hindi tayo abusayap. We do not, we have a standard of decency even in killing persons. Papasirit-siritan mo. Putulin mo pa ang mga liig. Pakakurne naman na trabaho niya. But, ito, sabi ko, alam na ng pulis yan, nag-aral ng 4 na taon. 2 taon. Na, pag sinabi na you go and operate, hunt for them, apprehend them, place them under arrest, and if they offer a violent resistance, and if you think that your life is in danger, di patayin mo eh. Ano pa ba ang gusto ko? Gusto mo mamatay yung police pati? Every time may namatay naman sa pupuntahan ko pa ngayon. I make it the point to go even in the farthest summer isang patay. It's not a matter of show. Tapos ng election, hindi na ako makatakbo. I don't really give a... It's because I want to show solidarity with the police and the military doon sa Mindanao last 4 weeks o 4 assisting the police. Patay. So I had to go around Cotabato to condole with the families, but more importantly really is to show my solidarity in this fight against drugs. I mean, I can always stay in Malacanang, trabaho na niya, hindi magpakamatay kayo dyan. Ang problema, ako mismo takot. Kasi ako takot, kasi nung bago akong mayor at pumasok yung droga, may kumpare ako na tinawagan ako ng gabi, nagpapatulong kasi yung anak niyang babae, nire-rape ng anak niya na lalaki. Yung bagano na, because Shabu, and it was the Americans who supplied us the data, that use of Shabu 6 months to 1 year shrinks the brain and no longer viable for rehabilitation. With a 4 million, ilan dyan ang hindi na So I'm telling you, nakakatakot ang problema. Because itong wala ng utak, they go around, ang alam nila, pag wala na silang pera, they will kill, they will just, what? Steal, and when they are high, they rape children, dyan sa side door, kukunin lang, dalhin sa ilalim na dyan. And those were the crimes. Ngayon, ang crimes ngayon, puro patay, puro mga addict. So, itong Amerika, instead of helping us kasi pumasok ako ng pagka-presidente midterm. This is a budget I am operating on that was prepared the previous year. This is not my budget. Kayong pumutok ang problema, wala akong pera, ang naiwan ay mo ilang para pang sweldo na lang. Wala na, binatoms up nila. You remember their comment, bottoms up. So wala talaga akong sana akong maghanap ng pera. Itong mga Amerikano, instead of helping us, alam naman ninyo, because sumakay sila, the yellow rode on the issue when I was a mayor. I never denied that I gave the orders. Why? Why? What's wrong with the president threatening the criminals with death? Bakit mali? Bakit mali nang takutin ko yung mga kriminal na patayin ko? What's wrong with that? There is no law in the Philippines which will prohibit a mayor from threatening criminals and to leave the city if they persist in their activity. Nga itong mga Markano, yung say, I kill you, like the UA, kaya nagbumura ako, kasi abogado mga itong mga unggoy na to, bakit hindi nila alam na there is no law in my country which says I cannot threaten criminals and wrongdoers. So if it's not a crime in my country, why would you make it a crime or a wrong in your forum? Yan ang ayaw ko sa Amerikano. Sila ang gusto magpahiro and they criticize me because the yellow hanggang ngayon, they are still, 3 years from now, that's an issue, human rights. So binubuhay talaga nila yan at gustong gumante. Alam mo, talo. And then yung iba naman cannot accept defeat. So, itong Amerikano, pati si Obama, sumali na. Kaya ako nagalit. Sabi ko, Sabi ko, no. Kaya doon sa summit, ang pinakita ko, nagkamali si Ban Ki-moon eh. Isa pa rin itong buang. Ang tawag ko bangkisan. That was really a slip of the tongue. It was not intended. I mean, I don't. Pag sabi niya, well, talking of human rights, total nandito lang tayo, kinuha ko. Bakit? Why? Because the human rights is an issue against maybe me and America and Obama. Kasi pinakita, I am not a wartime president, mind you. I am a president seeking the peace for my country, for my people. Kaya nga nakikipag-usap ako, right after election, I started to talk with the left. So it has come to pass that we are now talking Norway in Oslo providing the good offices so that they can meet itong sila Belio. And I tendered a dinner, do not be offended, total Pilipino man din yan, the entire leadership of the NPA, CM, NDF, sila Halandone, sila lahat yung mga leader nila. Sabi ko, come and let's have dinner, then let's talk about peace. Sabi ko, I'm happy that we have stopped fighting because I have a serious problem in the South. So nabakante ako ngayon, walang away masyado against the NPAs. I can use the troops to contain the fighting in... Nagalit lang talaga ako kasi hindi ako, if there are Moros here, my mother is a Moro. Ang lola ko ang Moro. Ang lolo ko sa mother side ko Chinese. But my father is a Cebuano. Though tanongin mo ko, ang lineage kasi ng tao natin, we trace it from the father. So the only same is Cebuano, but I have never stayed in that city even for... kaso nga itong mga Abu Sayyaf, I've talked to the MI. Okay kami. We're now starting to talk. Si Normi Suare, I've been waiting for him, but he seems to be equivocal. Because yung proposal niya ngayon, nung una mag-usap na, ang bagong proposal is, pati yung iba sayap, isali na niya, at pagdating ng panahon, kung magka-okay tayo, isali niya sa general amnesty, sabi ko na. Hindi tapos ako. Pagka ganun, wag na lang tayo mag-usap. I will not. For the life of me, I will not. As a matter of principle, sabihin mo na, kalimutan mo na lang yan. Luglugin mo yung tao sa harap ng... Hindi ko kaya yan. Pati yung last time yung bata. Why should I talk to animals? What's the point? Wala. Ni walang awa, ni walang... Kung ganon ang... that Mindanao would be a problem for all time, then so be it. Then we'll wait the next president if he wants. Ako ayaw ko because I do not want, as a matter of principle, hindi ko matanggap yung ganong style. Patayo na tayo, buti pa. If it could be in peace, yung tamang tao na yan, isali mo, would you think that it would really stop? Mga morong kapatid ko, sabi ko nga, federalism. Tapos bahara lang kayo doon sa barter trade dyan sa buksan ninyo. We'll give you a definite territory, just like Murad. Then you want to return, kasi noon, wala mang kidnapper, walang Abu Sayyaf. Free trade was flowing there. So give it back to them. Wala ko problema dyan. But to pumunta ka sa akin with a mixed crowd, including yung mga busaya, bahala. You wait for another president. Ako ayaw ko dyan. I said it's a matter of principle. Matter of principle, ayaw ko talaga. Buti yung magkaintindihan na tayo. But you would carry the burden of war. Si Duterte kasi ayaw ko. Sabihin ko sa inyo, as a matter of principle, I cannot accept that. That's the problem. So, iba na namang diskarte ito. I really do not know. Either nor abandons the Abu Sayyaf and you will take care of the Abu Sayyaf. Kami ni North, we will just talk about peace. In the fullness of God's time, Allah, maybe we can perfect it. The Komunista, tapos itong Abu Sayyaf, MI, then maybe we can have a peaceful Mindanao. We'll have no bombings anymore, but inshallah, baka. So that is my report to you. My guidance is to you. Hindi ako naging ng guidance. I'm just making a very strong statement. Hindi ito basta-basta ka na. Kung sino yung presidente na but kayong lahat, that is why I have placed you to be policemen. Actually, when I said I am calling the armed forces to assist you, I am now calling you to be policemen also, to fight the drugs. That is what it means actually, simply stated. Ngayon, you'll have to change your paradigm because the coming years, it will outlast you, I'm sure, after your retirement. Dadating yan. Kailan? Do not bother to ask. Dadating yan. It's terrorism. ISIS will be there. In Mindanao, parts of Lanao, where my Lola, Meron doon mga ISIS yung mga banner nila. And I know that Arabs, tawag nila puti, going around just lecturing. Kaya ng mga komunista kung mag-teach wala mang madalang mga political officer nila, wala mang baril yan. They go there and they are promoting the vicious. That is next year, I have a budget. Naghingi ako, I will provide every soldier, irrespective of rank. Bigyan ko kayo lahat ng armas, short. Kasi hindi ako maniwala that I'm overruling that silly isa pa rin itong pulis. Pag hindi ka naka-uniforme, hindi ka magdaka ng baril. Hindi pa ka-inutil naman ng pulis pati ipulis na kayo ngayon eh. Kaya ako binibili ng baril. Ito namang pulis, di ba may role sila na if you're not in uniform, huwag ka magdala ng baril. Yung koridor na yung Kalinan to Bukidnon to Cagayan, tapos dadaan ka ng part of North Cotabato, huwag kayo magkumpiyansa dyan. Dapat nakakak-unlock ka talaga dyan. Kayong dumadaan dyan, kayong mga taga Mindanao. So yung police, galing dyan sa Marahan, which is actually the boundary of Davao and naka-uniform, upo siya doon sa likod ng driver. Di may kasamang polisuman pero walang baril. Kasi sinong general ito? Sabi niya, bakit? Gusto kong patayin. Bakit mag-order ka ng ganun? A policeman is a 24-hour policeman. Kakahiya naman na sabihin na, Mayor, may pinatay dyan o nagpapatayan. Tapos, sabi ko, ano? Mag-uwi mo na ako, makuha ako ng baril o magtawag ka lang ng ibang pulis. Buang na. I mean, these are really some silly. Pag nandiyan yung pulis, that is attached to your body. Ang problema lang rin kasi ng karamihan, itong mga pulis pati sundalo, lalabas ng gabi. Mag-inuman na dyan, pulis. Dito, army o marine. Maya-maya na magtinginan, tapos makagawa na sa microphone, my way of dying. Maya-maya, puta na, nagbabarilan. Putang ina kayo. Gano'n sila ba eh? Yung hindi nagkatuluyan, yung sugat-sugat, pinapunta, sinisipa ako talaga. Putang. Karaming kalaban natin. Bakit kayo buang itong mga... Ay, nabutan ko tayo. Isa dito, isa dito. Sinipa ko sila doon sa emergency room. Yan ang mahanap. Wala nang mahanap. Sila na sa gobyerno ang buang. Well, anyway, I said I'm late. I'm sorry. But, itong tandaan ninyo, in my time, 6 years, anong kailangan ninyo, sinabi ko na yan, sa lahat ng sundalo, kung anong kailangan ninyo, ibibigay ko sa inyo for you to fight. Kung anong klaseng baril gusto ninyo, because matagal na yan eh. But check it out because sometimes, kung sige lang naglulusbor na yan, so it does not have the accuracy anymore. But anything you want, you need to win a fight, to win a war, to win a battle, ibibigay ko sa inyo, walang problema. I went to your medical center. Would you believe it? I was really appalled to know na walang MRI, walang Kasi karamihan ng sundalo ang sakit kidney. Lalo ng army, kasi magkain yan, basi ang salay makuha diyang dahon, ano ba dahon sa Tagalog? Basta the leaves, lagyan na ng asin, kain yan. Ganon ang sundalo. Kaya pa itong Amerikano, galing operation, maghingi pa ng ham and egg, tapos air condition. Kaya kinukulata yan sila doon sa... Padala mo Pilipino doon. Itsahan mo lang isang... sardinas na dia. Isagol na sa bunbun. Kana. Amerikano, patay. Wala, talawan mo ngayawa na. Tapos kung mag-asta, sarhinto kung magsita, kala mo, general. So I will end my speech by saying that I said we have a problem. This will take much of my time. I have a quarrel with everybody, but let me just... Itong pagka-presidente ko, wala akong except economic benefits will come if there is a peaceful Philippines. Ina-undermine tayo ng Amerikano ngayon. They're manipulating na ang peso raw bumaba. They just I would like to ask you to remain faithful to the Republic. Give me time so that I can go out of this ambit of our... Ginakaya-kaya kasi tayo ng Amerikano. Binastos na ba? Because there's always China, and I talked to Medvedev sa the premier sa... Pagka inipit nila ako, I will have alliances, pero hindi anytime we have this RPP, RPUS packet, defense pact. New alliances of commerce and trade. So I'd be visiting China and maybe Russia and the other cities. If they continue to manipulate and then you will understand why. Just a matter, bakit mo pakialaman, mabigat ang problema. Ang punot dulot nito is you cannot understand a friend. Instead of helping us, alam nila ang budget, they have a government, instead of that, aatakihin ka. Sabi ko, ganon. Di sige. So, please understand, but this republic will rise. This Republic of the Philippines will continue to be great. At saka, sabi ko, dating ang panahon, hindi na natin sila kailangan lahat. We will survive on our own. We will fight our wars on our own. And we will win as a country. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this point, the Commandant Philippine Marine Corps will now present a memento in an encased glass called the Ginunting to our honoree. May we request the President to receive the memento. Ginunting is a bladed weapon peculiar to the Marines trained in Piquete Tertia, a martial arts program unique to the Philippine Marine Corps. Once the Ginunting memento is given, the recipient is expected to give back any amount of coin in exchange as a tradition. Thank you, sir. And now we will proceed to the photo opportunity with the President in 4 batches.